Hello, everyone. This is Infiniti. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's really nice to be with you. I have been thinking about and preparing for this meditation for more than 24 hours on different levels. And first of all, if you didn't read the description, this meditation's to be done at night before you go to sleep. So the work that you do consciously in the meditation, and then once you drift off to sleep, it'll continue to do its work with acclimating your body to the transmutation of energy that is taking place. So you're not doing this deep energy work, spiritual work, and then no, kitty, sorry about that. So you're allowing your body to take the time it needs to recover and do its thing while you're sleeping, which we all know is very healing. So you want to get nice and relaxed and comfortable before bed. Don't watch any TV for about 30 minutes before you do this. Just turn off the TV, put on some nice music, get yourself relaxed, light some candles. You're not going to keep them on when you do the meditation tonight, right now, because we don't want you thinking about candles when you're trying to meditate and go to sleep. So just turn them on. Excuse me. My goodness. Sorry about that. I just went through a lot to set my space here so I can sit in the sun and do this meditation. And I'm not even sitting in the sun, I'm realizing. But I kicked up a lot of dust and stuff, so hopefully that'll just go away. I just got very obsessed with sitting in the sun, which may sound strange since I'm telling you that this is what you're going to do before you go to bed. But those are the instructions. That's what you're going to do before you go to bed. For me, facilitating this meditation, I've been guided to do it like this, at this time of the day, on this day. 5:20. It's 5:25 now on 5/20/2020. Holy moly. Wow. Okay, so the reason again for you to do the whole bed thing or sleep thing is just to help your body deal with the transmutation, the severing of the energy connection with somebody else, even though we're going to do it really, really gently. And if you want, you can take a listen to this meditation before you actually do it, if that makes you feel more comfortable. This is what I tell everybody to do before they do any cord cutting meditation, is listen to it first, see if it feels good to you, and then do it. So it's not a surprise, this work that we're going to be doing, because it is definitely a very intentional exercise in taking over your own energy for yourself and establishing and bringing in and pulling in your own energy and not letting it go out and have it connected to anything or anyone that isn't good for you, meant to be there in your life anymore, or attached to anything that is just negatively charged energy or a negatively charged person or situation. And if you haven't listened to the meditation from yesterday, the 19th of May, then please listen to that meditation before you do this one. Because this is truly a part 2 to that one. It's episode 82. It was published on May 19th. And yeah, please listen to that one first and then do this one. So again, you can, and you probably should, if it makes you feel more comfortable, to listen to this meditation all the way through before you do it. So then that way you know exactly what's going to happen when you actually do it. I don't suggest that for most meditations actually, but for cord cutting, I do, because people are usually apprehensive about this. They're scared. They're resistant on some level to do a cord cutting. Maybe they've never done it, or it hasn't worked before, or whatever. They've just newly understanding the concept of it. So there's always a lot. And also the way that it's named, cord cutting, it sounds very, very invasive and permanent and painful and all those things that don't sound very good. And it's actually none of those things. It's quite the opposite of those things. It's very loving and healing and peaceful and empowering. But you don't know that until you're there. So, like I said, take a listen to it before you actually do it if that makes you feel better. And you have listened to the other podcast. I know it's a long one. It's over an hour, but if you're serious about doing this work and getting into cord cutting, it's really beneficial to spend the time that it requires to do it properly. So that's why you're going to be doing it at night before you go to sleep for the night, whatever time of the day that normally is. You're not going to watch TV 30 minutes before you begin this and lay down in bed. And so you could turn on some music, turn on some healing frequency music, light some candles, do some stretching, do some meditating before you do this meditation, or go for a walk, whatever is going to get you relaxed and wind you down. No social media, no television, nothing else. And you want to think about what you're going to be doing. So if you've listened to it before, then you know exactly what you're going to be doing. But if you're going for it without listening to it before, that's fine too, if you're comfortable with that. If you don't feel any apprehension, you're not resistant in any way, you're not half in, half out, that sort of thing. Because the point of this is to cut cords with a person or a thought form, a series of incidents, maybe an experience that keeps repeating itself that you finally are healing from, and you're understanding different facets of it. But typically it's a person though. There's somebody it's usually a romantic, person or partner or whatever, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It could be somebody, a friend, an ex-partner, a business person, somebody you're involved with in a business way, in a business way, you know what I mean? If there's a serious charge there. But typically when we have something, or it could be a family member, it could be a child of ours, it could be a parent, in yesterday's meditation and the instructions for the next day until you do this meditation was to identify who or what the situation is or the person is that you need to cut cords with. Who are you still energetically attached to? How is it depleting? How are they still, connecting, or how are you doing it? This is what you do when you're over a situation, or you're separated from a person and you're not going to get back together, or you are truly separating and you need that time to be separated. So you cut cords. It's so easy to reestablish a connection, because it's just like dialing a phone number. You think of that person, you go through the energy of connecting to that person, and there you go. Part of the problem why cutting cords doesn't work a lot of the time is because there's resistance on either side. And a lot of the time it's the way that it's done. There isn't preparation for it, energetically, spiritually, emotionally. You haven't set the space for it, you're apprehensive, or it's very jarring, or it psychically sets off an alarm with the other person, and then they all of a sudden start, in some way coming around, or very openly coming around. Being resistant to the cord cutting. And this can happen, it's kind of one of those things that you need to do in a very special way, so it's healing and clearing, and it's creating space for both parties, instead of a weird energetic alarm going off that something is wrong. Because cords are very they're something that we get used to. And we get used to the energy around us, even if the energy that's connected to us and around us is really negative and negatively charged and bad for us, and that includes other people. But we get used to that energy. This is why change is so difficult, is because changing and transmuting ourselves, evolving, changing energy, changing spaces, changing jobs, changing geography, changing partners, or leaving partners, or whatever, is so difficult, because the energetic bond to things, we're connected to that. And this is also why there's spirits or people, souls that don't continue to rise into the higher dimensions once they cross over, and they stay on the lower earthly planes, because they're super connected. And a lot of times they're confused, things are jarring, and things like that. So, and that's just to give an example of how tied we are. That's energy. So the energy of a person is connected to a place, or a person, or land, or whatever, or things. They can be connected to things too. This is why a lot of psychics and empaths don't like antiques and old things, because there's a lot of times energy that's connected to it that is uncomfortable. Some of us really like old things, because we're guided towards things with really great energy, and we just bypass the stuff that doesn't have the bad energy. We could really pick up on that really easily. So I actually love old things. The point here is that energy sticks. Okay? So energy sticks, and it doesn't like to be removed from things, especially in a jarring way. And our bodies get used to a certain thing. It's like we have our favorite pajama pants and our favorite top, and especially to go to sleep at night. And, it's how most people are. And we gravitate towards the things that are comforting and feel good. Even with our, especially with our food, what's going inside of us energetically, even if some of that stuff is really bad for us in the long run, it's feeling good and on some level. So what's important to understand is that we're taking energy that's been attached to you, connected to another person, or a set of events or a set of circumstances, a thought bubble and form that you've been living in, a matrix of ideas and realities and outcomes and a certain set of energetic matrices that set a specific situation up to kind of repeat itself over and over again until there's an unlocking of the energy, and or there's a placeholder that you've met, understanding your blockages and why you got into that puzzle to begin with. If we're repeating stuff, if we're experiencing the same outcome or the same type of situation over and over again, it's because there's some kind of dissonance there. We've created a problem, a puzzle, a maze for ourselves, an energetic Pandora's box, sorta, kinda. And there's many ways in, but there's only one way out. And that is to truly transcend and it rise above the puzzle, the matrix, the Pandora's box, in order to see it from a different angle and not be a part of it anymore. But for a lot of us, we need to go through these things in different ways to reveal different aspects of the same problem, so we can fully transcend from it, so we can see it from the different sides and accept our part in it and be honest about things and why things have been the way that they have been. And we know once we get over a thing, we know once we see things for what they are and we choose to leave a certain replicating Pandora's box for ourselves. And so we can see it in other people too. So it may not look like a person is trapped in a puzzle or a maze, but if you take a step back and look at history and how things go for people, they certainly are. And a lot of times we have multiple of those going on at the same time. So, life is complicated and confusing, but we're here to simplify it, to clear some of the confusion out, to get stuff more into our own sovereign selves without the interference from outside forces oppressing our awareness, our wisdom, our spiritual connections, our divine union with our own soul selves. And for many of us, it takes a while to sift through all of these boxes and go through life and juggle a bazillion things to get there. But we're in a really interesting time right now, May 20th, 2020. This is a brand new world in many, many ways, and we need to be brand new too. We need to change the course of our ships, our trajectories. We need to rise above the Pandora boxes that we've been trapped in. We need to see things for what they are. We need to see people, situation, relationships, and experiences for what they are, without lying to ourselves, without denying anything, without trying to make it what it was and trying to be right. It's not important to be right or correct. It's important to know the truth, to be authentic, to know the truth of a situation is so much better than to be the winner, than to be right, than to never say sorry or it's my fault or I fucked up. It's like, it takes so much more energy to keep up the walls of illusionment, to keep ourselves safe from having to deal with ourselves. But nobody else is going to deal with you and fix you and heal you and clear you unless you do it for yourself. I can't make anybody decide to have a healing with me. I can only say, hey, here I am. This is what I do. This is what I can do for you. And every single body gets to walk down a path and choose left or right, get to a gate and make their decisions, So that's something I've had to learn to detach from and not have it be about me, because it's not. I just go as guided with every single person that I ever come in contact with, to work with, and one of my goals and missions, prime missions, is to help as many brothers and sisters of the light, empaths, light workers, however you identify, whether you're a professional or you're a regular person doing and not, practicing as a occupation in any way. It doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with it. If you're none of those things, but you're just doing you, and you want to be better, feel better, do better, have what you're meant to have, and be where you're meant to be, and live a happy, connected, loving life, and a life that's filled with positive life force energy, love, light energy, then you work on yourself. And this is a huge big part of it, where you identify the people who are no longer in your life, that you don't want to be connected to energetically, especially if you've had a romantic sexual relationship with them. It's super easy to turn on those sexual energy feelings, or the in love feelings, or the horny feelings, or to tap back into memories of sexual experiences with somebody, especially if the sex was really good, and that's was a big component of your life with this person. And even if it wasn't, even if both of you are super non-sexual and you had sex twice a year, it doesn't matter. Really, really doesn't. But anybody you have sex with, you are commingling your energy with, and you're establishing connections, energetic cords with people. When you literally get naked and bump uglies, as they say, bumping uglies, you're establishing an energetic cord. So it's more dangerous, health-wise, psychologically, spiritually, psychically, to sleep around with whomever energetically than it probably is for STDs, because of what people have attached to them, and how energetically unhealthy they are, and what they... I'm going to shut my window before we meditate. Don't worry. Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. Anyway, the point here is that we are establishing and acknowledging a true energetic cord with somebody, especially if there is a romantic relationship. But even if it was a best friend that you had a parting of ways with, or falling out with, shared a lot of time and energy with, or whatever, and they keep popping back into your head, or they seem to be connected, and or they definitely are connected or whatever, if they're negative, if they're narcissistic, if they're people that you've worked really hard to, especially if they were an abusive person in your life, and it doesn't matter who they were, if they were your parent or your child or a friend or a lover or a boss, it doesn't matter. Those types of people cause a lot of trauma to the energetic body, and they establish these really twisted, dark energy cord. Your energy cord with them is just built on a lot of negativity that could be tapped into very easily, and affect you whether you're conscious of it or not. So that's why identification of really what's going on, who or what is the thing or the set of experiences, like I explained, the Pandora's box kind of thing, that you need to escape from, or it's a specific person. If it's a specific person, then that's what we're going to focus on. If it's a set of circumstances, the Pandora's box sort of thing, you just kind of have to see them all individually as we go through this, but then see it all as one puzzle, one maze, one Pandora's box that you've been kind of going from room to room in, or however which way you want to envision that, or it comes to you. If it's a set of circumstances a set of circumstances, usually a repeating type thing, like you end up having the same outcome with people in different situations, whether it's romantic or business or anything in between, or there are different things going on with you that definitely set this up. And we just tend to, other people, it's easier to see it with other people than it is with yourself sometimes, but a lot of us are pretty self-aware, and we go, yeah, for some reason I keep getting these men or women in my life who, even though they're different in a lot of ways, they're basically very much in theme. Maybe they're wearing a different costume, but they're basically the same person. And the same thing happens, or very similar things happen. And this is, so you really have to break things down, really think about that. So that's something to take into consideration as we go through this. Again, make sure that you're going to bed with food in your stomach, so you're not going to bed. I mean, some people, they do this whole this cat. Oh my gosh. Okay, calm down. Stop. No, stop. They do a fasting thing. So it's just when you work like this and the energy's moving and we're going quantum and working with your energy in such a deep way, you are really moving energy. It's your metabolism starts to move. And so if you're at all hungry, or if your stomach's at all empty, it's going to magnify that, and it just might make it hard to go to sleep afterwards. So you may want to have a little something ahead of time. Just go as guided. Just want to warn people. That's kind of how it goes. All right, so I'm going to shut my window. We're going to get started here. Whoops. Why? Porque? Oh, that's not going. Okay, there. Holy moly. Well, I'm definitely not in the sun anymore. There's no more sun to be had. So, but I did sit in the sun as we were just doing this talk here. Okay, so we're going to be laying down in bed, obviously, and we're going to be doing this meditation. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, no, okay, I was mistaken. We're actually going to be doing it sitting up, so if you can sit up in bed, if that isn't uncomfortable because it's too soft, if you could put a pillow under your butt, But if you could sit in bed or sit cross-legged in bed, I thought we were going to be laying down, but that would get people too relaxed too fast, I'm hearing. So you're going to be sitting in bed or near bed if that doesn't work for you, so you can just climb into bed really easily. But the idea here is that you're going to go to sleep right. We're going to get you into a laying position in the meditation, so you can easily either lay down from bed or get into bed really easily. If you must open your eyes, if you can't feel your way to it, sorry to make it complicated, but yeah. So we're gonna start off sitting. So if you can sit on your bed, put a pillow under your butt so you can support your lower back, so you're not gonna get ouchy there. If you have to go potty before we get started, definitely pause this and go do that. Make sure you have your eye mask. And you're going to put out any candles. Well, I put on a couple more. And I'm going to get nice and settled in. Shoulders above your pelvis. Shoulders back and down. Shoulders back and down. Ow. Cracked something in my leg. I don't know what the heck that was. Chin up. Head up. Hands on your knees. Stomach nice and engaged. Holding your lower back nice and tight. So take a few deep breaths through your nose. Just start feeling into your body. I want you to imagine a nice, steady, warm glow right in the center of your chest. Just picture this and feel this and see this as a beautiful, warm, white, coppery, shimmery light coming directly from the center of your chest, invigorating your entire body, just waking you up energetically, feeling it all the way down your pelvis, your butt, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your feet. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. Gonna engage with this light even more, turn it up brighter, making it stronger and more powerful. Be intentional about it. See it getting nice and bright. If you can't really visualize it, then just feel it. But just see yourself as you're sitting there in the dark, nice and comfortable, ready to do this really important healing work with yourself. And just see that light getting brighter. And at this time, as you continue to make that light brighter and brighter and bigger, we're going to welcome in our guides and guardians. in every dimension, realm, the other worlds, all of our divine connections, the angelics, the ascended masters, the galactics, the fae, Gaia herself, of course, for holding us so beautifully. We thank you for being here. I want to welcome everybody in our spirit tribe, those we're connected to through all the different webs of life that we have lived and they have lived, and we have been connected through the infinite layers and levels of creation and time. We wouldn't be here unless we were so amazingly fully supported by so many. And we can choose to tap into these divine beings, our spirit tribe, our divine counterparts on the other side of the veil, in every dimension, realm, world, from different places, from this galaxy, universe, and the multiverse, all the way through the galactic web to the true central point of our divine Mother, Father, prime creators that we are all a fractal of in every single one of our aspects. It can be and feel pretty big when you truly begin to let your mind expand, raise and rise in consciousness and awareness and knowing and the truth you are a soul incarnate. This is one of the aspects that you have been a part of, but you are connected to all of them, the infinite web of life that you have been incarnate with and for, and so is your soul group, your soul family, your soul mates. The mated souls and the twin aspects, either here on the or on the other side, as it is for most people. All of them, all of these beautiful sparks of creation and of our creators, for all of us. And just imagine this multi-leveled, layered web of life. Each strand, each connection, so very, very real and alive in its energy that we can tap into, that they can tap in with us. The more we choose to open up to the reality that this is the illusion, the separateness, the loneliness, the aloneness, the being outside of, the not feeling a part of, the feeling separation and as the outsider, as truly most each and every one of us do. And this is because even though we are so connected energetically, it's so easy to forget these very true realities of ourselves and of creation, because our world is so colorful and ripe with detail and situations and experiences going on constantly. And the ideas and stories of people over and over and over again, diluting and changing and raping the truth. We are connected. We always have been. We always will be. And sometimes we're a bit too connected. We feel it and it hurts and it gets in the way and it's difficult to move on with our lives because we're chained to so many things, so many people who have their own weight, their own things, and it goes on, and we just hold each other back, pulling and siphoning and being hosts and parasites to each other, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be free, sovereign, in our own beautiful, enveloped cocoon, free of the energy of the things that weigh us down and oppress us and keep us where we are when we should be raising and rising in our physical and our spiritual understandings. And where we're connected too deeply, too strongly with those people and situations in which have a negative charge, it's constantly siphoning from us. Whether either party are aware of it, holding a negative charge and keeping a energy cord intact when there is that negative charge is like a hole in your gas tank. And just multiply this by all the different holes that happens and is created by situations with people and circumstance. That have a negative charge that we're still connected to. Again, identifying who and what these things and people are is so important. So please take the time to do this. And make your light even brighter. And think about being in control of your energy, not these other places and people, not traumas, events, circumstance. Even if you have forgiven people in your past, I guarantee you there is still an energetic cord attached there. And maybe they haven't forgiven themselves, or maybe you haven't fully forgiven yourself. Or maybe somebody keeps playing records over and over again. Maybe somebody keeps rewriting history. And maybe somebody keeps having conversations and arguments that they think is one-sided, but it's truly connected to both or all parties involved. You have to spiritually and energetically and emotionally get a new number. Change your number, change your frequency, literally. So those connections cannot ring you up and create a vibrational change in your field because you have cords that are connected to people, places, and situations that are of lower vibration, and they're calling you up whenever they want. Whether you're aware of it or not, you start thinking about them or not, or you just get a stomach ache or a headache. It's not always so obvious. psychic attack. And that's what it is when there's a negative charge and it's getting fed in some way. It becomes a psychic attack because that energetic cord is so very real and easy to tap into, and it's feeding back into that hole of your gas tank, but it's feeding back in very poisonous gas that is, let's say, leaded, and you don't run on leaded, you run on light. So it's disruptive to your field, to your life force. And guess who's in charge of your life force? Not you, if you're energetically tied and connected and corded to a bunch of negativity. If you are sick, if you are depressed, anxious, if you are on medications all the time, if you have a weight problem, if you have any kind of ailments or diseases that are ongoing and chronic, I guarantee you there's cords connected to people, places, and situations and attachments that are feeding in poison and depleting of life force battery. You have to understand on a very real level and feel into your body how this siphons from your life force. Your energy is your wellness or your illness. And just as though you would disconnect yourself from anything that is feeding poison into your body, you need to think of it the exact same way. When you're done repeating a situation, when you're done connected to a certain person and allowing them and their energy and the past and trauma to have any influence on you, once you take care of removing the cord, the parasite no longer can siphon from you, whether they were actively trying or not. And you very well can cut cords from somebody you're going to continue to see because you have to. You can still cut cords with them. Maintain your energy field. Block their energy from you. It doesn't have to only work with people that you never see again. Once you establish that you have taken back control of your energy, released the mechanism of attachment, and truly put up an energetic barrier, even the most nasty and dark, button pushing, trigger happy person that you would have to deal with, that usually really, really works over your energy, once you cut cords with this person and take the power back, you'll find that all of the fire is extinguished because there's no charge there. They may not even try. They may look at you and even just look away. They may not even try. It won't be there for them anymore. But you have to really understand it and see it for what it is. And keep establishing yourself, your power, your energy. Don't let a cord be established where you know it shouldn't. You can have interactions with people without there being a reconnection of a cord. And if you find this is very difficult to do, then definitely deeper healing and clearing needs to take place. But it absolutely is possible. It may take a couple tries, may take working some stuff out still, but know for certain that once you feel what it's like to not be connected, to not be in the influence of, and so many people have no idea what that's like. Truly to detach. So, with all of that said, hopefully there's a better understanding, a deeper understanding, and your body and your energy is feeling more into this, feeling those connections and where they're at, feeling those holes, those black holes that just pull energy from you, identifying who these people are, who these situations, where these situations are still that you're connected to. Doesn't matter how long ago that they were. Remember your light, nice and bright all the way around you, just floating right in the center of your chest, super, super big, thinking about all of this, thinking about getting more and more in control of your energy and all these different aspects of your life where maybe the reins are just a bit too loose because it's just very difficult to understand this stuff. But understanding your own energy is the way to figure out all the rest. Understanding how you are connected to everything and everyone in a really, really real way, especially those that you have relationships with, no matter how old they are, especially with family, those you're shared very deep, intimate times and experiences with, people you've been in love with, people who've been in love with you, people you've been intimate with on different levels, and of course, like I said, sexually, anybody that you've been sexual with, there's a cord. All of these things lead to depletion of energy, and it's time to start reining that back in, pulling back for your own self, pulling back for them, detaching from trauma from the past in any which way that it's associated with a person, a place, an experience, a situation. Making that light really, really, really bright all the way around you. Feeling more buoyant in your body, feeling your body but expanding outside of your body. Really feeling your guides and your guardians as they're giving you messages and encouragement and validation, helping you sort out the messages that are coming up, the possible triggers or memories that are coming up as we're talking about this. Deep breath, any apprehension, just acknowledge it. Telling your body that you are doing something so very good for yourself, so very loving, healing. Any energies that are getting tight or feeling uncomfortable, you have to tell your body that you're working to release negative, dense energies, that you're working to release cords and attachments, things, places, and people. Most importantly, that you no longer share a positive charge with, And it's time to create your space and take your energy back as your light gets bigger and bigger, taking up the entire space where you are. So big, so bright, just glowing. Your guides and your guardians coming in nice and tight and feeling them around you. Welcoming them in. Your closest guardians, the ones that are always with you, the ones that know every single beat of your heart and your story, every single step that you've ever taken, they've been with you. Feel and know that to be true. Allow for their love to come in, and know that we're going to be doing a very loving practice here today of healing, detachment, clearing of space, getting your body more and more regulated, energy. But love is at the center, the core, the heart of it. Please feel into love. And for a lot of us, at different points in our life, love can feel very scary. We can be afraid of love. So think about the love that you have for anything and everything that is just pure and beautiful and not attached to pain or hurt in any way. And know that love is truly the highest vibration in creation. It's what your soul is made out of. It's what my soul is made out of. It's what every single soul is made out of. Because we are fractals of our prime creators, Mother, Father, God. Pure love, the explosion and the expression of them coming together, deciding to experience the infinite possibilities, fractaling out. So we are pieces of one very big divine, glowing, feminine and masculine body of love. And that's what we are too. A beautiful, energetic body, divine feminine and divine masculine in balance on a soul-based level, every single one of us. And we work to get more into balance with these energies in our body. And the more that we do, the more that we connect, the more that we know, the more that we can access and download and activate and infuse in all the many different ways that are afforded to us, the more that we can connect and channel and manifest and move and bend time and energy. We are energy. Everything is energy, either low vibration or high vibration. Feel the difference when you think of fear and sadness and grief and sorrow and anger. Feel the low vibration of fear in its many different ways and shapes and forms that truly is in its own right so very powerful and magical. It can make people believe things that are definitely not true, project into the future, and manifest realities that are based in fear. It is so powerful. It is a low vibration. And the difference between peace and joy and, of course, love, the highest vibration one can feel. When you tap in with a vibration of love, when you allow yourself to receive pure love unconditionally, feel it from one soul to another, emanate it out from your soul to creation, send it to someone specifically. Allow yourself to receive it from all of creation, from Gaia, from your guides, from your guardians, your ancestors, your animal spirits. Allow yourself to receive the love that you have for yourself in your other lifetimes, wherever and whenever they are. All expressions, all on missions of their own, gathering wisdom and experiences, and of course, feeling and expressing love, creating. Being a channel for divine knowing. We are at the heart of our soul's pure, true love, and that is nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to be sad about. It's nothing to be angry about. We are love. Our souls are love. This is why love feels so very good, and we search for it and we hold on to it, but for so many of us, it's been associated with pain and trauma, and other people's pain and trauma perpetuated, and even the falsehood that you have to be and do and not think for yourself and keep yourself separate from the love of our Mother, Father, God, our prime creator, what we have fractaled from. That's a lie too. Painful, traumatic, that we are separate, that we have to be judged and go through trials and tribulations to achieve some pass and judgment to receive this unconditional love is the greatest lie ever told. We unconditionally have that love. We have each other. We have our soul families. We have our soul mates. We have our guides and our guardians. We have so much love. We look into the sky and we see the birds flying, the sun shining, the stars sparkling, the plants growing, the flowers blooming, the waves crashing, the mothers nursing 24 hours a day. There are babies all over this world. Countless infinite species just upon Gaia, creating, sustaining life. That is love. To be in fear and separated from love is to be separated from ourselves. That is not the way it's meant to be. That is not natural for us. We are meant to be in a state of love. We come from the creation, the act, what is supposed to be always 100% in love. And it always is, no matter what, because we're connected to love no matter what. We are always created in love. And we choose always to create love.
Breathe into your body and feel your heartbeat and feel your energy expand, connecting with your guides, your guardians, Gaia herself. Letting the love frequency and vibration just come all around you, everywhere. Blending your energy from the outside in and from the inside out, circling, cycling, beautiful, love infused energy all the way through, around you. Pull it into each one of your chakras, just letting it pull in, swirling through each and every single one of your chakras. Love, light, energy, rushing in, being guided in by your angelics who love you so very much. Feel their divine, pure, peaceful love. You can feel their energy wrapping around you, sending this beautiful love energy all through your being. Tell yourself you'll work on not being afraid of love, not being afraid of expressing it, showing it and witnessing it, creating it, living in it. You are love. You deserve love. You deserve to feel it and be it and be filled up with it. Love is your life force. The most positive, highest vibration is in creation is your life force, is the essence of your life and how much battery and charge you have. And you get to decide what are those things that are taking from my life force, from pulling this love energy from me in a way that does not feel right and is not serving me and is, if anything, causing pain. It's time to change the vibration of that back to what it's meant to be. Pulling it back. Getting it into your field. Closing off the seam and the hole from which it was open. Charging you up even more. Feeling more whole, more authentic, more you. Less chained down to an energy, a vibration, a person, a situation, a traumatic event, a traumatic time in your life. And this, yes, could even be someone who has crossed over. A lot of us are connected in negatively charged ways to those people who we are connected to. We are holding on, and they are holding on in a way that is not good for us. This doesn't happen too often, but it can really hold a person back. Not being able to escape from the shock or the grief or the experience of the person leaving, transcending, dying. and in a way staying stuck in that space with them, not moving on in your own life. We're meant to be there for a little bit, but not for forever. These cords can be pulled back as well. So let's now truly begin working our way to detachment and wholeness. As you feel the light all around you, cycling through you, this big, beautiful sphere and energy of love all around you, filling up your space, I want you to imagine yourself, feel it, and see yourself from different perspectives, just floating up with this energy, allowing yourself to leave your bed, just rising, floating up. There is no ceiling, no walls. You're just going up. You've risen into a higher dimension. All this love is so high vibrational. We've gone into a higher plane of existence, one where we can really work on our energy. So you're rising in this bubble, seeing everything fall away, everything get nice and white, beautiful beneath you. Like big, fluffy, opalescent, shimmery clouds underneath you. And you rise up. And then you start to make out these beautiful marble stairs, a staircase. It's very large. Seems to come just straight out of the clouds, rising up. And your big, beautiful sphere of love energy that is taking you to this higher plane and dimension glides you all the way to the stairs. And you begin to climb the stairs. And feeling with each step lighter and brighter, more at peace. Just taking it step by step. Beautiful staircase. You can see that it is glowing and energetic, loving. Each step you feel lighter and brighter, more love. You can look around, turn around, you can see your energy moving with you. Big, beautiful lines of light. Looking down the staircase, it looks like it goes on forever and ever. But at the same time, the clouds moving and swirling, beautiful opalescent rainbow. You may notice certain things as you look out. Just keep these things in your awareness, whatever symbols you may see. The awareness of anything specific that may come to you. And then you turn back around and continue to climb. Each step is effortless. You don't get tired. Just golden, beautiful, shimmery love light, just with every step just radiating up. All through your being, from your toes to your nose, your face, your scalp, your entire body, just feeling love and light. And then you reach a landing. It's big and it's wide and expansive, and there's a big, beautiful building, temple. And you know this is a healing temple. And you see angelics there. You see healers and medicine women and medicine men and shaman and all sorts of healers. They're meditating. They're connecting. They notice you and they all smile and send their love. And let yourself receive that love. Yes, it's easy to be overwhelmed and emotional when so much love hits you by so many pure souls. You are one of these pure souls, and so continue on your way, noticing those who notice you, taking in their smiles and their recognition. They know that we are here to heal. They are here to assist you with your healing. All healers help each other. And when we heal ourselves, we are part of all of the healers. And so you make your way closer to the temple, however it appears to you. It's big and it's beautiful, and you feel very safe. You recognize this beautiful place. You have been here many, many times. The more you look around and you take in the surroundings, the more you understand you've been here before. It can shift and change and show you different things because it changes depending on your lifetimes and when you've come here to heal. And why? And know in this lifetime you can come here again and again and again. Each time feeling so much love, being in love and knowing you are love. You come to heal through love. This is where you go. So you get closer and you get to a doorway or the archway. And you see this beautiful arc of energy. Like a string of fire and light. This beautiful arc of energy you're going to cross under. Moving your way through. And as you look back, there's nothing you can see beyond the archway of light. You're in a dome of the temple. And in this magical dome, this healing center, you see a sign come into focus, suspended before you. A long list of ways and things that help healing and reasons to heal. We are here to cut cords. And so brightly displayed energy cords appears before you. And it magically displays a key. It's gold and it's shimmering, and you are to take this key as it is suspended there. Reach out and grab this key. And then the display of the menu disappears, and a corridor comes into focus. And you begin walking down a corridor. And it's beautiful and bright. And again, with each step, you feel so safe and loved, and you know you are supported. Being so intentional about your healing. And there it is, a door. It says energy cords. And you make your way to the door, and you take your key and put it in the lock, turn the key, and you open the door. And it's a beautiful room. It seems to extend forever. First very bright, but then the door shuts behind you, and it's as though you're floating above the universe. You're in space, and you can see creation from such a high perspective. You're fully suspended. It's like you're standing on a floor, but you're not. And you can look down at your body, and you just see energy. Your energy body. And then we decide now, since this is where we come to see and work with our energy cords, we start to see them coming into focus. We see our energy body. We see all of the energy cords start to light up. Here in this space, this negative space of love, we can really truly see our own love cords. Because no matter what we are attached to, or who we're attached to, or why, because at the center and the core of it, we are love. Our energy cords are attached to and anchored by love at the very, very foundation of how energies are attached. It takes love to disconnect. So we see all of these cords. Some are stronger than others and bigger and thicker than others. Some are short, some are very long. Some are bright and some are dim. Some are dark. Some are very, very large and some are very, very small. Some are more attached up high by our heads or our throats, or some are down by our stomachs or our pelvis. Some you can see coming from different places and all connecting in one big cord and going out. We may have several of these. Many more just connected to the center of our chest. There's even energy cords connected to places where we've been injured, our limbs. It is important to acknowledge and recognize and to bring into your awareness as you're here in this beautiful temple inside the dome, down the corridor and into this very special room filled with nothing but love for you. A place where you can see all of your energy cords. And recognize how many you want to pull back. And how many you're so happy that are there and established and strong. You may be surprised by what you see and what they're connected to, that they're even there. It is not necessary to be energetically, cordedly connected to others and situations in order to eternally love them. Not everything and everyone is always meant to always be connected to you. So recognize these cords. Acknowledge them and know that you will, as you're guided, to take care of these in groups, one by one, as you're guided, to bring back and pull back your energy into you, to release both of you, all of you, to further charge your own life battery. So at this time, we will dim the cords that we will not be working with at this time. See them getting all slowly less saturated until they have disappeared, like it usually is when you do not see them. However, one remains, the one that we're going to be working on now. Look at this cord. Acknowledge it. It is you. You are it. It is your energy just as much as it is the other person's. And start to visualize the other person or circumstance coming into energetic form there in that space with you, just a couple yards away. However it starts to take shape, see it coming into form, see them coming into form. You're perfectly safe. You're all very supported and loved. You're there energetically together to acknowledge each other, the connection, the bond. We acknowledge that any soul connected to these situations, the soul that we are going to be disconnecting from, that they continue to have their own experience. They continue to express and journey safely. That they continue to process and heal and clear in whatever way is best for them. We send our love to them as they are there with us. And wherever they are upon Gaia, we send them our love. We send the person, the place, the situation, everything that it's ever been attached to, any negative charges that are out there attached, any place and time, we send all of it love. So any visions that come to you that are associated with this person or circumstance or circumstances, anything that comes into your awareness, your knowing, the truth of the situation, we're going to send it love as soon as it comes up for us, sending it love. All the places and spaces, and of course the person, as we see the energy there, just as we are, just an energetic body. And we acknowledge the situation, the person, the soul. We're sending love. And we are here today because we have decided that it is time to disconnect, to allow us both space to grow, to be separate, to be sovereign, to be more fully energized with our own energy, to acknowledge and love the experiences for what they were, and that we all may continue to heal and clear. And such an important aspect of that is to disconnect from each other energetically. So see the energetic cord going from you to them to you, and this in-between point where these two energies merge and exchange and go back and forth. is where the phone gets picked up, the signal comes through, the ideas, the memories, the feelings, sensations, whatever it is, whether we're aware of it or not. That is the point. From them to you, and we can see it. There is a seam there. The way these two charges of energy come together. So what you need to do is tell the cord, tell yourself, tell the energy that you're going to release, detach from this energy of the other person, situation, or situations. However you see it, you're going to detach by turning down very slowly, very gently, and very lovingly the power and the energy going through the cord and to that attachment. To tell our bodies, our energy bodies, tell the cord, sending love to the other person. We're making this as easy, as peaceful, as loving, as least shocking as possible to the energetic bodies, the physical body, the emotional body, being here in this divine space, very intentionally and lovingly, slowly turning down the power of this cord. As you do, you feel better and lighter. Take a deep breath. You're going down about 80% of power. Just see it just slowly with your intention. If you want to envision and see a dial that you're turning, or see the numbers starting to go down, however way it feels right for you, we're just turning this power down. We're powering it down. Going down to 70% power. We're going down to 60% power. And then 50% power of what it was. Just feeling that warmth in your body, straight in your solar plexus, radiating out. You can see your body glowing brighter as you get to 50%. You can actually see your body bringing back that power into itself so you can be stronger, more authentic in your own energy without the influence of the other energy coming in, creating dissonance or siphoning. Slowly that hole is starting to close where the energy is coming out of. So we're going to go continuing. We're going to go down 55%, 50%, bringing down into our energy more. 50%, 45%, 40%. Taking a moment. Just allowing yourself to feel the charge coming back into your body, feeling the tingles through your system all the way. You can see the charge of your body. Let's continue. 40%, we're going down to 35%. And then 30%. It's getting so much smaller now. So much less brighter. So it feels different in your body as it gets smaller, less powerful. You see on the connection, the attachment area getting smaller and smaller and starting to pull back into the other person as well. "25%, 20% starts to pull back further and further and further into your body, getting so much smaller now. It's only about 2 feet from your body. It's so light. And 10%, it's about a foot from your body. 5%, it's getting closer into your body, pulling into your body. And now it's all the way inside. The whole closing up. Your energy taking over. Feeling all of that power back into your body. It's under your control completely. You feel lighter, easier to breathe. If you think about this person now, it's so much easier. You feel disconnected on an energetic level, and you know that you've cut the cord, you've pulled back all the way into you, your own energy. No longer connected in this way, no longer influenced, so much more authentic, so much more you. Nice deep breath, and how good that feels. Now you notice the other person, the situation, their energy is completely gone from the room. You think about them, sending your love. Always sending love and light, that they too may heal and clear themselves and rise and raise in their awareness and their consciousness of how they are meant to. Or for any and all people associated with situations or the person attached to you, that this healing feeling, this light feeling, this invigorated, empowered, charged feeling from pulling back your energy, detaching from the other person and situations, bringing more into your awareness to help you continue to heal and process and let go fully of any trauma associated with any of this. And just allowing your body to feel this. Feel how good it is to have this cord back. Just let yourself feel into that reality. And knowing that tomorrow when you wake up, you're going to feel so much lighter and brighter and free, healed, letting go more and more of any traumas, allowing for further and deeper healing to continue, more upgrades and downloads, activations, infusions, more readiness for your future. It's because you have more energy, you're more in control, you're on a path of healing, feeling so very good, detaching from anything that is of a lower vibration, whether if it's a person, a place, or circumstance. Always is healing, always helps us in so many ways. Sends out the energies, the vibration of love through creation and inspires other people to do the same. When we heal one, we heal all. When we work on ourselves, we work for the collective. So at this time, we're going to be leaving this space, going back the way that we came. You can get yourself comfortable in bed before we continue back. Laying down nice and comfortable, ready for bed and for sleep. Ready to let your body take over, your energy take over, your consciousness out of it, and continue in the astral plane as you sleep. We're going to sleep deep. It may be something that you remember bits and pieces of when you wake up. It may be nothing but a beautiful feeling of love and groundedness and healing and inspired to continue on that path. Whatever it is that you wake up associating with or remembering, symbols, ideas, connections in different ways, try to hold on to those, write them down, continue with them. So get very comfortable in bed. If you can, stay flat on your back. Keep your ascension column, your spine nice and straight, so all of this healing can just soak in real easily. You don't want any pressure on any of your joints, so be nice and comfortable with your elbows, your hips, your knees, your shoulders. Gonna sink right into bed. You're so very relaxed. You feel so good and loved and cared for. Feel more a part of creation. Feeling more of the webs of life that you're a part of in this lifetime and all of the many multitudes of lifetimes that you have been a part of. And let your body feel all this beautiful energy. Let that energy, that glow, sink into your bed and feel your bed glow with you. Your pillow is glowing, your blankets are glowing, your bed is floating. As you start to make your way out of this room, close the door behind you, walking back down the corridor, making your way back out of the temple, noticing anything that may come up for you as you do. As you walk out of the temple, again you see smiling faces, recognition, love. They are all sending you their love. They are so happy to be a part of this beautiful healing that you have done for yourself, pulling back this cord. They all acknowledge you and the work that you've done here. You say your goodbyes, you wave, you blow kisses. Goodbye for now. Goodbye for now. Goodbye for now. With you always. With you always, they say back. With you always. And you know this is true. And you turn and you walk down the steps. Again, paying attention to anything that may come up for you. Acknowledge, receive. Everything here is pure and true and love and light and beautiful and meant for you to see and experience and hold on to and to use in your life to send you down whatever paths you're meant to see as you've taken in charge, life force, invigorating you in so many ways. Pulling back energy is so very healing and inspiring in so many ways for the rest of your life, changing timelines and the course of where you are and where you're going because you're not attached to anybody else. Not that person and not that way, not any longer. Again, remember, you can continue to do this for anybody or any situation that you need to do this with. Continuing to heal yourself, to guide you, to bring you to higher levels of awareness and understanding each and every time you do. Know, with every step you take down, you can very easily come right back up. Continue to work. You're always welcome here, always. And when you do, ask for guidance. Ask to be shown the path and the way. You're going to go down these steps. You're going to get to that landing. And magically, this beautiful sphere of that golden, coppery, iridescent light is waiting for you to just step right into. Just feel it all the way around. Nice and beautiful, just like your bed that you're in. It's all glowing. Immediately, you're in bed, you're laying down. You're in your bubble. It's all beautiful and golden. You're light and you're bright, sinking into this light, into this love, into this peaceful, beautiful place that you're in. Going to sleep deep and as long as you need to, undisturbed. Your guides and your guardians will keep watch over you, will keep anything away that will disturb you for any length of time that you're needed to sleep, to regulate, to continue to transmute. Let your body acclimate to bringing in and pulling back this energy. Know tomorrow is the first day of the rest of your life with you so much more regulated and whole. And you continue to go down this path of wholeness, of authenticity, of recognition, remembrance, understanding of who and what you are and why you're in this life and what you're doing here and your purpose. You are meant to be happy and blissful and joyful and live in love and be in love and be loved by those in your life. You are meant to lead a life that fills you with joy, fills the world with love. Whatever it is that you are meant to do. So, tonight when you sleep deep, connect with your guides and guardians, with your own self. Accept their love and their validation, their continued support and guidance. And feel the balance and the flow so much better than before. And know that so much more of that awaits you each and every day if you choose for it to be so. And now, dear one, I want to thank you for being here with me and us in this divine, sacred space. It's been an honor and a pleasure and a blessing to facilitate and to help you through this exercise, this most important transmutation of energy and this journey to the temple. I thank you for trusting me and going here with me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining our brothers and sisters. Know as you heal yourself, you heal the collective, and I thank you for being a part of that. Gaia thanks you. Your guides and guardians thank you. Sleep now deeply. Know that you are cherished and loved. Always have been and always will be. Infinite love and blessings. Don't forget, the key is to create. I love you already, and always live in love.